Hello everyone, today we are going to be making a bubu gown, this bubu gown with a cut out sleeve, and this the down part has a pencil part. Okay, it has a cut out sleeve. As you can see here, the sleeve is not a cut together sleeve, it's a cut out sleeve. Look at the place I joined the sleeve, and here is the length of the shoulder. If you watch closely, you can see where the length of the shoulder is, and here is the length of the sleeve. And this bubu gown has a pencil down part, a pencil mouth, let me just put it that way. So guys, if you're interested in this tutorial, just keep on watching. Okay, now guys, I have folded my fabric into 4, like 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts. That is the front and the back of it, and I'm using a 3 yards of this crepe fabric. It's a flower crepe fabric for this, and I'm making this for a plus size client. Okay, and the length is 60 inches by length, but it's not gonna be enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and join it after making this video. Now I'll be placing my tape this way to mark my shoulder, which is 8 inches. I'll be adding half an inch allowance for it, but not now. No need of adding half an inch because this shoulder length is extended, so I'm going to be adding extra 6 inches to the shoulder, the normal shoulder. 8 inches plus 6 inches. The length of this sleeve is going to be about 23 or 24 inches. So I mark 8 inches, adding extra 6 inches. From the shoulder, I'll be getting my bust measurement, and I will mark it here. And from the shoulder again, I'll get the waist measurement, the waist length. I'll put down my waistline. I'll mark it. Then from the shoulder to my hip length is 25.5. I'm going to mark it out. I'm going to connect it with using my free hand. I'm using a free hand for this tutorial. So remember, if we are making a cut together sleeve, we are going to be measuring our shoulder length starting from the midpoint of your the back. From your midpoint, you measure out your sleeve length. So if I'm cutting a cut together gown, I'll just measure the length of the sleeve. That is about 24 or 23 inches, but I'm not be doing that. This is a cut out sleeve, so I'll just measure my neck width, which is 3.5, but I later corrected it to 4 inches because I have a client, is a plus or size client. Then the depth for the back is going to be 1.5 inches. So the reason why I corrected it to 4 inches for the neck width is because for easy wearing. Okay, you can go ahead and make yours 3.5 inches. Then I'm going to connect the shoulder, like the armhole length. I'll connect it to the bust. So remember what I said, I'm going to go down with 1.5 inches for the shoulder slope. Remember what I said I mark out 3.5 inches for the neck width. I later corrected it to 4 inches. If you're making this for a plus size, use 4 inches for the neck width. Okay, then the back is 1.5 inches. Now to get the bubu effect of this, I'm going to be adding 6 inches because the person I'm making this dress is a plus size client. I'll be adding 6 inches. You can go ahead and add 4, 5 depending on how you want the bubu to be free. So I'm going to put down the bust measurement, divide by 4 on the bust point, and add extra 6 inches allowance. Remember that this fabric is on fold. When you open it up, it's going to be about 12 inches. So my clients want it to be as easy as. So I'm going to divide whatever I have on the armhole by 2 and mark the midpoint and connect the armhole line like so. Then after that, I'll continue my measurement, putting down my measurement, waist divided by 4 plus 6 inches allowance, hip divided by 4 plus 6 inches allowance. Like I said before, you can add 4, you can add 5, depending how you want your boo to be free. All right. Now remember that this gown has pencil mouth on the down part. It's kind of pencil shape. Okay, then I'm going to be measure from the shoulder to the place I want this to be. It's going to be 34 inches. I will mark it with my chalk and just rule it out with free hand. Now here I have about 19.5 inches on the hip. I will not be adding it on the place I want the hemming, the pencil part to start. First of all, I'll connect all the lines first. I'll connect all the lines starting from the armhole to the bust, to the waist, and to the hip. I'll stop at the hip length for now. Okay, let me draw this up so that you see what I'm doing on the down part. Like I said before, from the shoulder to the place I want this pencil shape to start is 34 inches, and I have marked it out with my chalk. And remember that on the hip measurement I have about 19.5, including the 6 inches allowance. I have about 19.5 inches. Then I'll be putting down on the place I want this pencil mouth to start from. I'll put down the hip measurement alone. From the place to the hemming part of this dress is about 26 inches by length. Now from this place I want the pencil mark to start, I'll put down my hip measurement, adding extra 4 inches. I'll remove that 6 inches I add on the normal hip measurement. I will not be adding it. Instead of adding 19.5 inches, I will be removing about 2 inches from the 19.5 inches, okay, and add whatever that I have on that curvy part. So that is what I did there. Like dividing your hip measurement by 4, add it there. Instead of adding the 6 inches allowance you added on the other side, you add 4 inches allowance if you're making for a plus size, okay. So that is what I did on that curvy part, from the pencil shape down to the hemming part of the dress, to the length of this dress. That is what I added, the hip measurement plus 4 inches allowance. I'm still taking it down, marking out the measurement. After that, I'll connect all the lines. So if you like, from the place you mark, from the 34 inches length you mark the length of this curvy, you can come down from there 3 inches to get your curvy shape very well. But I just started curving it depending on the measurement I added. You can see how the shape, I'm sorry that this short chalk, you are not seeing it very well, but if you look very well, if you look closely, you will see the shape of this dress. So I have about 17.5 inches instead of 19.5 inches. So this is it. My table is not that long enough. I'll be adding the front neck depth. The front neck depth I use about 7 inches for this, for the front neck depth. Remember that the width is 4 inches, the neck depth is 7 inches. So I'm just marking the front neck depth. The back neck depth is 1.5 inches. If you like, you can make it 2 inches, depends. So this is it. If you watch, you can see that the shoulder length is long, a little bit long, because I added extra 6 inches on the normal shoulder. So I'll be cutting the shoulder slope. I first of all cut the back neck line before cutting on everything. I'm done cutting it out, guys. You can see how it looks like. Let me just draw it so for you to see. You can see the down part, the shape it gives on the down part. Okay, this is so beautiful. Then while I was cutting, I added extra 1 inch for it. It's better for you to have enough allowance than to say had I know. You understand? Okay, so it's better for you to have enough allowance. Then I'm going to separate the back for me to be able to cut the front neck. So guys, I'm done with the cutting. So this is how the front neckline looks like. It's a round neck and it's looking beautiful. Okay, it's looking beautiful. I'm just trying to open it up for you to see how the inside looks like. My table is not big enough to contain the size of this dress. Now I'll be going ahead to cut the remaining of the sleeve. I have a tutorial on this channel on how to cut a sleeve, and if you're following me on Facebook, you can go to my page Cut and Sew with Mercy to watch how to cut and sew a sleeve. I'm trying to get the midpoint of the sleeve. I just don't want to explain much on a sleeve. We all know different ways to cut a sleeve. We have a lot many ways to cut a sleeve, so you can use your own method and cut your sleeve. And you remember that on the down part of this sleeve, I added the black fabric for it. I'll just be cutting out the length of the fabric that remains and join the down part. That is all, guys. That is all about this. So the sleeve has it's a free sleeve, not a pencil sleeve. So I added more than the round sleeve measurement because I'm going to be pleating it a little on the shoulder and also on the down part of it. After cutting this one, I'll be using it to cut the remaining sleeve. Remember to knot the center of your sleeve. Now I've cut 2 pieces for the sleeve, so I'll be using the black fabric to cut out the remaining part of the sleeve, making it about, so that one is going to be about 7 inches. So the total is going to be 24 inches. The length of the sleeve is going to be 24 inches. So I'll just cut it out and join it. And to join this is as easy as I'll be using a little fabric to turn the neckline and then join the shoulder. After joining the shoulder, I'll join the sleeve, then and stitch and run a stitch on the 2 sides. I'll be using 2.5 inches to run a stitch, to stitch it on the both sides, then hem the down part and come back and show you guys the final look of this dress. Here is the final look of this dress. Thank you for watching, guys.